Hey guys, today I am here to do a really quick video because I have a super exciting announcement for all of you. So I know some of you have been stalking my Teachers Pay Teachers page, waiting ever so patiently for my teacher planner. I have just finished it. It is ready to upload, and by the time this video is up, it will be available on Teachers Pay Teachers. Now, here's why I'm doing my video. Because I wanted to clarify a few things. There are so many of you who have been such great supporters, and I am very appreciative for everything that you guys do because it allows me to keep doing my videos. It allows me to keep doing Teachers Pay Teachers and my blog and just sharing these great ideas that I get from so many other teachers with all of you. So some of you, I think, have come under the impression that my planner that I have on there now is going to have free updates. I am not doing free updates for my planners. Now here's why. One, it's because of the time that I spend putting into my planners. I do like to make sure that I am updating my planners and making them the absolute best that they could possibly be. I want to give you something that I'm using. I want to give you something that I feel like is a great product that I would use for myself and in my classroom. I never want to give you something that I'm just, it's okay. It's just good enough. I never want to do good enough. I want to give you the absolute best that is out there. So I put so much time and I sit there and I kind of just think, I don't really like this. I don't really like this. I want to make it absolutely perfect for all of you. So I have done a lot of new updates with this new planner that is coming out. Just to kind of run through some of the new updates that I have. The first one is that I have new covers for you guys. I did decide to keep two of the more simple designs for those of you that just like simple designs, don't like too much of the color. But I have some really beautiful new designs that are out for the teacher planner. And as I get some more, I will be updating them, and those will come for free for the planner. I will update those whenever I have new cover ideas. Some other things that I've updated as well is the fonts. So the fonts are new. It is a more simple design to the planner. I didn't add a lot of clip art this time because I have a tendency to get bored with things very easily. So I wanted this to be simple. I wanted it to be something that you can make it your very own, that you can kind of customize it and make it look the way you want it to look. Just by adding stickers, by adding washi, by adding your color pens, whatever fits perfect for you and how you do things in your life. I love adding stickers, I love adding washi, I love using different colored pens. So that is a way that I'm able to customize my planner for me. So like I said, I wanted to keep it a very simple design, and that's what I did. I took some of the fonts that I was really loving right now, I added those in there, and then I just pretty much wiped everything out and kept it very simple, very clean. I also went through and changed some of the pages because I felt like they just weren't working for me fully. I wanted it to be something that was useful. I know that for the parents' phone numbers, I changed that design a little bit. I wanted it to be something that was easier for me to look at, something that was easier for me to write in, and I didn't really care for the horizontal that I had on the previous one. I didn't use it as much, and I just didn't like the way that it looked as much. I also added a parent contact log. I did notice that sometimes when I was driving home to work or I was at home, I was having phone calls with parents, and I needed a way to kind of write those down so that I could transfer that to my parent communication logs at school. I didn't want to carry both binders home with me, so I just added a couple of pages in there that would allow me to be able to write those down if I was at home. Some other things that I've done is I've changed around the medical information. I had it as allergies previously, but this time I've changed it to medical. So let's say you have kids with daily meds. Say you have kids who do have allergies or have more severe medical issues that you need to write down and just kind of take note of. Now it's going to give you as a general medical pages that you can write down all of your different medical needs for your kids in that page. I also changed the happy birthdays to special dates to remember. This year I'm planning on using this as my personal planner and my work planner, so I will put both of them into one this year. And instead of me just putting happy birthdays there, I also wanted to put any type of vacations that I wanted to have. Let's say I wanted to do anniversary dates, happy birthdays, party dates, anything that I felt like it just was important, I can put it into those. I also added some extra lines in there so that you could have plenty of room to write down all those special dates to remember. A couple of other things that I am going to add, and those are probably going to come within the next day or two. I'm adding a 2-page spread year at a glance page so that you guys can go through. I like to highlight and circle some of those vacation days, circle those off days, so that I can just open my planner and take a really good look at what's happening for the year. I will also be adding teacher to-do pages, and those are going to have 4 sets on each page. So you can do 4 weeks on one page or 4 days, however you want to work it. But I'm adding a to-do checklist that you can go through and start checking off. So those will be added to those. It will be done by the end of the week. So if you end up deciding to purchase this, you will get a free update that will have both of those in there as well. I also changed the notes layout. I had it just straight lines before. Didn't care for that too much. I've been really enjoying the grid layout because it allows me to even draw. If I'm doing my drawing layout for my classroom setup, I can draw that much more easily in a grid setup versus just a line setup. So I added that as a grid layout now. For monthlies, I've changed those up a little bit too. The very first monthly planning page, I have changed that up to kind of fit my needs a little bit more. I realized that before I wasn't using it as much, it wasn't helping me as much for the month. So I've changed it now to where you have 5 tasks that you want to complete. Let's say it is to clean out for January and February, and you want to clean out those files. You can write those down for that specific month, and you want to get it done sometime within that month. So this is more of a task that you could complete within that month. I've also added a section for birthdays and student and faculty birthdays. I've added a spot for meetings, and then I have an other that you could just change it just by adding some washi and just covering that up and writing your own header in there if you choose. But now I feel like it's going to be a little bit more useful, and I'm interested to see how I'm going to be using it for this next year. For the 2-page monthly spread, I did change that just a little bit. I decided to move the number from the top left to the bottom right of the box. Here's why I'm doing that. I do not like writing between the number and the top part of that box, if that makes any sense. So I decided to have it down at the bottom only because I can write it as a straight line and going all the way across. I felt like it was just a little bit more streamlined, easier to write in, so I decided to move those. I've also added holidays within each month. So each month now has some of the major holidays that we have for the school year, and those have been placed in there. Now, here's the big woohoo for my planner. I have now added pre-dated weekly planning pages in my planner. So now after every 2-page monthly spread, you will have the weekly pages that go with that month. And they are all pre-dated. You have a spot for notes, and they're lined so that you can keep your handwriting neat and it still looks great. At the very end, you still have your student checklists. I did change the font to match everything else so that it's very streamlined, and it just is simple. It's not too much going on, and you can kind of make your planner look the way you want it to look. I'm going to offer my planner for $5, which is going to be 50% off of what it normally is going to be. I'm increasing it to $10 only because of the weekly pages that I add into that. So it is now going to be $5 until June the 12th at 11:59 p.m. After that time, it goes back up to $10. So for all of my viewers who always watch me, I am so grateful for how much you guys just support me and keep me motivated. So I'm offering that for $5. Go over, grab the teacher planner. That's it, guys. I'm really excited to share this planner with all of you. I feel it is so beautiful, and it is something that I'm really, really proud of. I was very nitpicky to the last minute. And I mean, even the little lines, when I went through and did practice printing pages and I checked to make sure the lines looked perfect, that everything just looked absolutely beautiful, and it was going to fit everything that I needed it to fit. So I hope that you guys enjoy it just as much as I do. I look forward to hearing some of your comments of what you think about the planner. If you have any questions or anything like that, please leave them down below and I will be happy to answer those questions. I will talk to you guys really, really soon. Bye!